Hi, how are you? Thank you. Are you working? I'm working really hard. Right. Thank you for asking. Yeah, so I've just put through a new playlist, YouTube Cherry Cat playlist, and this one's Anti-Night Terrors. Yeah, see, it really works well, and it really helps. Um, it's a really good playlist. So, when you get night terrors, whether it's during the day or during the night, and some people, if they're Christian religious, might call that long dark night of the soul, or dark night of the soul. Um, these will help you. Right. So it's an hour of each of them. Right. Each night terrors, and you'll find that even after going through them all once for an hour each, by the end of your night terror that night or that day, it will be better than when you first started. So you'll actually go from, if you have really bad symptoms and you haven't been sleeping, so you would have woken up once with night terrors, and if they haven't been letting you sleep, which is, by the way, sleep deprivation, not letting someone sleep, is a form of torture. But really bad, they did that to you. Stops you from thinking clearly, stops you from feeling clearly, stops you from doing, really living your life the way you approve of, and I approve of, and God approves of, whichever God or goddess is really a good and a holy and to enlightened one, or whoever you will find, or make. Alright, so you went from, so you've been having night terrors. You woke up one time, you had night terrors, they didn't let you sleep, so you've been in a constant state of night terrors. Right. So this will help you with your night terrors. Right. So you go from even playing it all once for an hour each, your night terrors will be less intense. Right. By the end of it. So if you're still not sleeping, you need to play it. At least once every 24 hours. The whole list for an hour each. And then each time you play it, everything, well, over the first 5 days, it'll fluctuate. It'll get to a point where you're, after 5 days each time, you even begin to play the playlist, it's better than 5 days ago when you started to play the playlist. Right. So it will go from, over the first 5 times you play it will reduce your symptoms from the beginning of when you played that playlist. And then after 5 days, even at the beginning of playing the Anti-Night Terrors playlist, your night terrors will be less bad. Maybe about after 2 weeks, you might find you might start getting some micro sleep. So once you start doing that, you have to actually set time aside for a micro sleep, because that's like that's when it becomes dangerous to try to drive, unless you're setting time aside to have a micro sleep each day. It's not safe to drive in case you have a micro sleep while you're driving. So it sets time aside for it, so you don't have a micro sleep while you're driving a car or whatever. So a micro sleep might look like this. That's a micro sleep. For somebody that hasn't been sleeping, that's a really big sleep. Right. And keep doing the anti-night terrors thing. It's really good to sleep. It's really helpful. When you do start sleeping, even with micro sleeps or aiming for longer than that, and if you keep playing the anti-night terrors positive or playlist, you will start getting more sleep as well, which is helpful. And it will help you, the playlist will help you with your night terrors as well. And you'll start finding it'll help you during your non-night terror times as well, because you'll start getting those as well. Right. Really helpful. Right. So, I know people used to say you don't get better from PTSD, but I have. So I'm sort of leading the way on how to improve things for myself and others who have PTSD. This stuff is safe and it works really well. And any more questions about it or anything else, please think down into your heart to me, Terry, and talk to me about it. So you actually want to think the words Terry down into your heart. Don't just empath. Hello, how are you? Right, so yeah, I glow sometimes. Oh, and so yeah, there you go. The other thing is, I found the one who's been only this around. Yeah, if you have PTSD,